So today I wanted to talk about the 99% of reality versus the 0.0001% that we can perceive with our physical senses. And I want to propose a challenge. I'll call it the 11-day path challenge. It's based on something that I just learned in Kabbalah. And I'm going to say at the very beginning, I am not a teacher of Kabbalah. I'm a student of Kabbalah. Most of what I teach is from my direct experience, but I'm very actually happy, and it's quite refreshing to be a student of something, and I'm really enjoying this knowledge. And I'm going to share with you something that I learned recently that really inspired me, which, and again, forgive me if I butcher this, but the gist of it was that the story of when the Israelites left Egypt for Israel, it took them 40 years, but it could have taken them 11 days. And in the story, Israel represents the light of the Creator. The Israelites represent the soul, and Egypt represents addiction. So in order to get from your addiction to the light of the Creator, it could take 11 days. It could take 11 days of giving up doubts, a story you've been telling yourself, an emotional addiction, believing something will never happen for you, being in despair that something is going on, maybe a lawsuit, maybe a conflict with a family member. You could get from point A to point B, right? Living in the light of the Creator, which also means receiving blessings that are resonant for your soul and that you are meant to receive. You could meet your soulmate. You could meet a person that connects you with something that you never could have dreamed of you'd be part of. You could receive an idea for a business that could change your life and help millions of people in 11 days if you could just give up an addiction. And so I want to propose a challenge that I'm personally going to embark on, because I've been telling myself a certain story. My mind is looping in a story that I am deciding that I'm giving up for the 11 days and beyond, really. So first I want to say that the word Kabbalah also, it does mean to receive. And even though we could talk about non-duality all day long, everything is myself, I'm whole the way I am, but even a person who I shall not name, who is considered to be, the epitome of the non-duality teachings and an idol for many people, said that even after a few years of being nothing and wanting nothing, eventually he was like, I want more, and he wanted his female counterpart. Now, wanting, there's a difference between feeling like I don't have something, feeling incomplete. There's a difference between that and just acknowledging that a desire is present within me, therefore it must be meant for me. That's kind of an acceptance and an integration of desire energy versus feeling like what my body can see, what my body can sense, the 0.0001 reality is real. So my body can sense that there is no partner, there is no wife, there is no amount of money, there is no financial freedom, there is no end to a lawsuit, blah, blah, blah. That's what the body can see. So the 11-day challenge is about identify the thing that's been weighing on you the most and give it up for 11 days. Because we are meant to not only live in the light of the Creator, and that should be our main relationship, even though everything is the Creator, even though really there is no duality between myself and the Creator, our greatest relationship should be in living in a state of fullness, what they call in Kabbalah devekut, cleaving to the light of the Creator. My work should be living in the land of Israel, where I have everything now, where I am everything now, and even getting excited about the things that are in that light, right? The soulmate, the health, the vitality. I saw a remarkable testimonial of someone who had, I don't remember what kind of cancer it was, but they had tumors all over their body from head to toe, like bulging from every place of their body. And if you're trying to follow the teaching, like, I'm going to walk as if I'm healed, I'm going to know that I'm healed, but then you look in the mirror and you see tumors all over your body, some people might say, well, it's really hard not to believe that. And this is like one of the most extreme examples, and I like to use extreme examples to show you that if this can be true, then whatever you're going through, you can apply it to your own life. So what this person did was they assigned meaning to the tumors. Instead of saying, this means I have cancer, this means I am sick, they saw the thing with their eyes and they got excited about the tumors disappearing. They got excited about it. They got excited about that 99% of reality, which in the 99% of reality, we are not only knowing ourselves to be full and whole and a part of and literally everything, but we also, on the individual level, have received those individual things, the partner, the purpose, the friends. We've also received those physical things that resonate with our specific soul frequency. And why is that important, right? Why is that so important to acknowledge? Because desires lead to other desires that involve other people. My desire for children, I know a woman who, she was a homemaker and a mother, and it wasn't until she had children or she invented something that changed a lot of people's lives, because it had to do with children. So the Creator's trying to help everyone by giving us desires. So to people that say, oh, just be happy with what you have, it's not really like that. It's not really be happy with what you have in the physical world. It's just be happy, period, because you can be. Be happy, period, because you can be, and understand that the presence of a desire is actually the universe speaking to you, saying that this is actually meant for you. And if you can actually just not react to the 1% for 11 days, if children are meant for you, but you don't have children, don't get sad about not having children for 11 days. If a partner is meant for you, but you don't have a partner, don't get sad about not having a partner. Either be happy just to be happy, or be happy about the partner that's coming, which in the example of the person with the tumor, that's what they did, and the tumors disappeared, and they completely changed their health. They're completely healthy. They're cancer-free. So this 11-day challenge is about shifting your attention to the 99% of reality. So how do you do this? Like, where the rubber hits the road. Well, I'm in a lawsuit. Well, I have a health condition. It's hard not to notice it. It's hard not to notice that I'm getting an email from a lawyer. It's hard not to notice that a family member of mine is being cruel to me. Well, I'm not telling you not to notice it. I'm telling you not to react to it. That's like, it's like, you know, when people do ayahuasca, and they begin to start to perceive this bigger picture, right? Essentially the perfection of reality. When we're exclusively in the body consciousness, we can only see what's present, what's not physically present, what seems to be happening that we can see with our senses, what's not happening. It's like, if I can see it, then it's real. If I can't see it, it's not real. That's not actually true. Everything that we ever ended up receiving always came out of nowhere, always came in an instant. Before you had a partner, you didn't have a partner. Before you got the idea for your business, you didn't have the idea. Before you solved a big problem in your life, you had the big problem. Like, there's a bigger picture, there's a bigger sequence that we can't necessarily perceive with our senses. And so to react to the infinitesimal portion of reality is literally madness. Even if it's something as real as, I have cancer. I can tell you from my own personal experience, I have reversed a lot of different physical conditions that I've already named in other videos that I'm not going to keep naming. But because I literally decided I'm not going to make an identity out of it. I'm not going to collapse my attention on the 0.0001% of reality, which is that my body part isn't working, or this is showing up on my skin, or I have this symptom. Even if those things are real, I can choose to say, well, I'm not going to make a big deal out of it. You know, I want to be healthy. I want to be vital, 99%. In the 99%, we're vital, we're healthy, We are experiencing blessings and gifts like vitality and health and companionship and friendship and creativity and business, because that is the joy of the Creator, to share light through those physical expressions. So if I decide to not collapse my attention on the number in the bank account, on the symptom of the body, and I literally put my attention in the 99%, in the surrounding light, in the vortex, and on top of that, I get excited about it. Look at the guy with the tumors. They disappeared. Like, people talk about accept what is. A lot of people, of course you have to accept what is. You can't fight what is. What is a nuclear expression of the divine. If you try to fight what is, it's like fighting a nuclear dam. But accepting what is not accepting that what is physical will be physical forever. That would be like the guy with the tumor saying, looking in the mirror and saying, all right, I'm gonna die. Well, there's nothing wrong with that, because we never die. There's nothing wrong with anything. But what do you choose? You know, it's really personal, and it's up to you whether you're here to discover how the mind works and how to master reality. But some people sorely misunderstand these teachings of just accept what is to mean resign to the physical reality. But the physical reality is only physical because you decide to keep it that way. Okay, I'm sick. That's life. Oh well, this is just the cards I was dealt. I'll just make the best of it. There's a big difference between that and saying, no, I'm not going to make an identity of this. Even if I'm fatigued, even if I can't get out of bed, I could put my attention in the vortex, in the surrounding light, in the 99% of reality where I'm well. I can feel that. I can feel, and really at the basis of what I'm saying is there must be an assumption, a very important assumption, that God is love and that we are meant to receive the things that we desire. We must accept this as a fundamental core truth. God is love. The lawsuit that you're experiencing is for a loving reason. It's to show you that you don't need to react to people no matter what tricks they're trying to pull on you. The absence in your life right now, what seems to be an absence in your life right now, is just showing you you don't have to fall into despair or feel anything less than whole just because you don't have something that society tells you should have. It's building you. It's building your soul. It's expanding your soul. Everything comes from love. Everything is love. If you could be in the middle of a lawsuit and say, I know this is love, right? In Kabbalah, a concept called certainty is, I know that this is good. I know that this pain is good. You're going through a breakup. You wake up crying. I know that this pain is good. I know that this pain is good. I don't have to change it. I don't have to do anything about it. If you really accept pain, pain disappears. If you're chronically in pain, you haven't accepted it. You're not accepting it. You're distracting yourself from it. You're escaping it. You're running away from it. You're subduing it. You're pretending it's not there. Oh, no. Don't do that at all. And you know, it's interesting when you decide to do something like an 11-day challenge and say, I'm going to give up a story I've been telling myself, a story that this person has betrayed me. I'm going to, giving up that story, let's say you're in a relationship and you keep telling yourself, your mind literally cannot stop looping on something that a person did to you. And I'm not saying be a doormat and accept bad treatment in your life. That's not what I'm saying. But let's say you're looping and looping and looping in a narrative. If you gave up the narrative for 11 days, your existing relationship, the other 99% of reality could come in and dramatically transform your relationship. Dramatically transform. Or it could give you the strength to move on with your life and attract a relationship that's more resonant with your soul. Right? So the body can only perceive sights, smells, see, hear, smell, taste, touch. But see, hear, smell, taste, touch is only an infinitesimal portion of reality. So reacting to an infinitesimal portion of reality is literally insane, is what I'm saying. But that's what we do all day long and for lifetimes. So try this. Try for 11 days. Here's some cool things to give up. A story that's hurting you. even if it's true. You don't need to remind yourself constantly of something in order to protect yourself. Give it up. Give up doubting that something that you want will never happen. My ship will sail, it's never going to happen. Give up what in Kabbalah is called evil speech, which according to, from what I understand, this is the worst time of the year to engage in evil speech. There's many different types of evil speech. Emotionally exaggerating something, like, oh, that was the worst fucking hot dog I've ever had in my life. Never go to that place. Exaggerating what happened in a relationship. Saying something that's true but that's hurtful. Saying something that's a lie. Distorting reality at all. A lie is not just a lie, like saying something that did happen didn't happen. A lie is also putting your emotional spin on something. Like it's just you're charging reality with your own projected negativity, and according to Kabbalah, which I don't know much about this, it literally creates negative entities that go towards destroying aspects of your life worth giving up, right? So doubts, stories, evil speech, even if someone's hurt you so badly, like I've mentioned in many things, I have about 1 trillion reasons to do evil speech with for a person that was in my life that gave me a lot of trouble, put it that way. He was my greatest teacher and my greatest opponent, and I know that my soul chose him to master certain things. And see, that's my consciousness right there, and that statement is in the 99% where I'm like, this is good. It was good. It is good. My God, I'm strong. My God, I have so much. My relationship with God is my primary relationship. Like, you can't ever take that away from me. It's unbreakable. It's unfuckwithable. I'm so happy for that lesson. Even if you have every reason in the world, just for 11 days, just shut your mouth. And of course, I don't want to. I'm not like I don't speak in absolutes, because of course sometimes you need to vent. Going to therapy for the purpose of trying to help yourself move through something. Don't isolate yourself. But you know what I'm talking about. If you can't stop repeating something, talking about something, give it up for 11 days. Give up for 11 days an emotional addiction, right? Whether it's feeling abandoned, feeling worried, feeling panicked. And by the way, as soon as you choose, when you choose to give something up, the body will fight you tooth and nail. So this is not about saying, I'm going to wake up tomorrow morning on my 11-day challenge and I'm going to just live in the light of the Creator. Everything's going to be perfect. I'm going to be good. No. You might wake up in the worst mood that you've ever felt in your life. And there is where you actually have an opportunity to do alchemy. Okay, I'm going through a breakup. I'm going through a difficult time. Okay, I wake up crying. Okay, cry. Be in that experience 100%. And when you get up from crying, infuse in your consciousness, I choose to live in the vortex. Yeah. I choose the 99% of reality. I choose love. I choose possibility. I choose being in love with possibilities makes so much more sense than being obsessed with 0.000000001% of reality. Isn't it? So your body will fight you tooth and nail. It's not about, oh, I'm going to have a perfect 11 days. It's about the body's going to fight back. Let it have its tantrum. Let it have its experience. Let yourself feel everything totally. But then don't inject into your consciousness the story that keeps it going. Don't tell the narrative anymore. If you're going through a breakup and you need to cry, but then don't tell yourself, I'm going to be alone for the rest of my life. If you wake up with a physical symptom and it hurts, okay, take care of yourself, soothe yourself. But then in your consciousness, don't say, my body's never going to heal. Healing is for everyone but me. Give that up. Give it up. So don't worry. When you cross the desert, like, every freaking challenge is going to come at you. Every challenge is going to come at you. You have to learn that even if the floor sinks down under you, you can build a bridge with your consciousness, meaning I did a meditation at my school. It was 40 days and 40 nights in the desert. And it was a meditation where we're crossing the desert and this giant snakes come out of the sand and the floor disappears. And instead of reacting to it, just build a bridge. Okay, just build a bridge. Oh, something in your business, all of a sudden you lost a huge deal. It's okay. The floor just sank down from under you. You might get pissed for a second. Ooh, you might feel that kick in the gut. Just build a bridge. Build a bridge. Keep going. You don't need to sink down into the hole. You don't need to react to the 0.0001% of reality. Show yourself that you can do this. Because what's the other option? There's only two ways to live in this conversation that I'm having with you. There's believing in that infinitesimal portion of reality that only your body can sense, reacting to it, and therefore never overcoming an emotion, therefore living in this state of energy for a lifetime or lifetimes, or starving the reaction so that you could actually move into new levels of your soul. Like, which one do you want? Which one do you want? So try it for 11 days. That story is so powerful. It moved me so deeply. And we all have something that's like a hook. It's a little hook, hooky hook. What's that one story you can't stop telling yourself that makes you sad, makes you angry? Even if it's true. Even if it's true to you, like, my brother is, no, this is not my story, but I know someone who's in a lawsuit with her brother. Oh, he's not cooperating. Okay. You might be able to convince me that that's true right now, but continuing to talk about it is just collapsing more energy into that little tiny itsy bitsy percent of reality. Let go of the story for 11 days and see what happens. Just see what happens. It's better than holding on to it and never changing. It's better than holding on to anything and keeping it as it is. We live in the plane of change. We live in the physical world is a changing plane. If something hasn't changed in your life, it's because you won't let it go. You won't let it change. And sometimes you might want to pause and ask, why do I want to hold on to this? What's the payoff? What is the payoff that I'm getting of blaming somebody incessantly for something? Does that protect me from ever feeling what's underneath the anger, which is shame, which is pain? Does that prevent me from ever being vulnerable with another person, so I'd have to feel that risk of actually loving someone and therefore being afraid of the loss? Like, what's the payoff? And you don't have to think too hard about that. Really, you could just choose to build a bridge and give it up and see what happens. So join me. I'm doing this challenge. I'm very inspired. I can't wait to see what happens. I can't wait. I can't wait to integrate this into every area of my life. So I hope this was helpful, and I hope you have a beautiful day.